Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each to an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at an important management change in Next Bridge hydrocarbons. We're also going to be looking at potential changes proposed by the SEC and also a prediction made for Bitcoin and what's happening with Bitcoin right now. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Reuters. We can see today Wall Street has been slipping, and Wall Street has been slipping because Powell has been hinting at further rate hikes. So over in the United Kingdom, there was not positive news on inflation, so not great news here for the United Kingdom inflation. There was better news for the United States inflation, which is certainly going in the right direction. However, I think there's still a mood of caution. But let's now have a look at this worst ever years for the US stock market, and you'll be able to see here 2020, the year of coronavirus, is not on this list, but we do have 2022, and that is also going to be regarded as the great inflation year. I also personally think it's also a year where the stock market was hit primarily by the war in Ukraine, and hopefully 2023 continues as a bull year. So just moving on now to Bitcoin. In the previous video I did share this cup and handle image for Bitcoin, and I think it was around about trading at that in the previous video yesterday, 2 days ago, around about I think it was about $25,000, and I received a comment here from CNSYJ, who stated concerning the Bitcoin cup and handle, William O'Neill, don't know who he is, but whoever he is, William O'Neill apparently said a proper cup and handle follows an uptrend. In the Bitcoin case, it follows a downtrend. So don't know who this William O'Neill is, but he certainly looks to have been proven wrong. And if we have a look at what's happening with Bitcoin today, it has crossed 30,000, I believe right now, time of editing. It has crossed 30,600, may well be hitting 31,000. And another positive news for Bitcoin is the Fed Chair Powell has stated that Bitcoin and crypto asset class appear to have some staying power in the US economy. So that is also a positive comment, driving crypto and driving Bitcoin. So before we look at the news with regard to Next Bridge hydrocarbons, I'd like to share you some updates which the SEC are proposing. So if you look at the bottom right hand side, what Gary Gensler has stated that the SEC Investor Advisory Committee will meet tomorrow 10 a.m. Eastern Time to discuss recommendations on single stock ETFs, Regulation 13DG, 10B1 and 9J1. So the one I'm interested in is Regulation 9J1. So having looked at this from a BARD point of view, so BARD is one of the options, those of you aware, in line with ChatGPT, and it states here, according to BARD, Rule 9J1 is a regulation that prohibits fraud, manipulation and deception in connection with security-based swaps. So what I've stated here in my post is I've stated that according to FINRA, and this is FINRA talking in the court case recently with Mark Basile, they stated that OTC securities can be created without a company's approval. So that's not me saying that, that is the FINRA attorney. In other words, FINRA saying that. So from my point of view, what I've stated is here, I'm sure the SEC and FINRA would prevent any market maker from creating a fake Apple OTC ticker and would make sure that was stopped and not traded. However, what they didn't do is stop the trading of MMTLP. The company, Metamaterials, and John Berger have also stated many occasions it was not with their authority, not with their permission. John Berger was apparently told about this ticker that was trading, and it was not known to him that it was trading, and people had to find out. So anybody out there who states that it was traded by permission of John Berger, that is FUD. So what I'm saying here is we need equal treatment for all companies in all cases of fraud, not just Apple, because an Apple OTC ticker hypothetically would be stopped. So I'm now asking the SEC and who are oversees FINRA to do your job, treat all companies equal in all cases of fraud, in line with this rule that you're looking at, and have a look again at some of the preposterous decisions from FINRA. Let's now have a look at the press release sharing the news with regard to change in management. So headline here from PR Newswire: Next Bridge Hydrocarbons Incorporated names McCabe as board chairman. So many of you may be asking, what does this mean and why is this important? So we'll try and have a look at that as well. So Clifton Dubious is to continue as Director and Chief Executive Officer of Next Bridge. And again, for anybody out there with some doubts, the company have now again reiterated on this occasion and on many other occasions that they are a private oil and natural gas exploration and production company. There are some people out there who believe it's still a public company. It certainly isn't. So McCabe is bringing 40 years of experience to Next Bridge and also working with geologist Rich Matteson, who has an outstanding reputation and has been covered in some previous videos. So Clifton has stated he's delighted to welcome Greg and transition my role as chairman to his capable leadership. So it looks like a change. So the change is Clifton transitioning his role as chairman into the capable hands of Greg. So however, Clifton is remaining as a director. So Greg has a stature and experience on the board that provides significant vote of confidence in the business model and outlook. He's a respected leader in the oil and gas industry. He has vast knowledge of the Rio Grande Basin, and it's obviously with regard to Next Bridge, it's an exciting and dynamic company, it states here, and obviously Next Bridge leadership have positioned the company for significant and opportunistic growth, which is certainly what we need. So again, final part with regards to the company itself. It is although it's a private company, it's a private company which is public reporting, and it's an energy company engaged in the acquisition, exploration, exploitation and development of oil and natural gas properties in the United States. I think that's what they're looking at. As far as selling the assets, I think that is also a primary objective of them. However, in order to sell them, they still need to maintain the requirements of the lease. They still have to maintain the development of the land and make it obviously in a situation where it is being used to its maximum value, and hopefully that happens soon. So that's the news. Let's have a look at some reactions on what this may mean. So the first reaction here is from Adrian, who stated, can someone on the MetaFound explain to me why people is hyping about McCabe being on the Next Bridge Hydrocarbons board? I'm too stupid to understand. Please explain to me as if I was Joe Biden. So it sounds like Adrian might be saying that Joe Biden is stupid. So that's not me saying that. And I think that is certainly an analogy that many people seem to have. So what B West has stated here is Next Bridge Hydrocarbons has got no money to develop the land right now, and who's at the helm really doesn't matter. Now, if they can raise the capital, maybe not through Meta, I'll take the geologist over the lawyer any day. So the lawyer is a reference there to Clifton, and obviously till then it is just noise. Next reaction here is one of the good guys who says, congrats on the next move. Many of us are happy with this, looking forward to an accurate representation on asset development, and now looking to share, obviously hold their interest. So overall, what does this mean? This means it's a positive change in leadership. It's a positive person of stature in charge of the company. I think obviously Greg McCabe was always there and was always in the background, really obviously overseeing, but he's now in a capacity which is official and obviously on the board as the chairman. So he is the key person. He is the person that everybody is going to be reporting to, and he will also take the key decision of any negotiation, any development and any other major decisions. So it does bring knowledge, it does bring experience, it does bring a personal interest in Next Bridge Hydrocarbons being obviously successfully developed or potentially successfully sold. So he has huge amount to gain from the success of Next Bridge Hydrocarbons. So he's a person with personal interest in the assets, which I think is a good thing, because obviously he has a huge number of shares, we already know. So if there is maximum value to be developed, then he is also going to benefit, and by default, if he benefits, every single investor of MMTLP will also benefit. So we certainly do trust Greg McCabe. However, overall, in the grand scheme of things, this is not significant news in terms of being paid right now. That's not what it's indicating, but what it is indicating is it's the first step towards confidence in the management. The next thing we now need is some news from the company with regard to what their plans are in the short term, in the medium term, in terms of selling the assets. I think every single investor wants to know that. What are they going to do to sell the assets? So that is what is going to get us paid, and that is what we are hoping happens. Obviously, before that happens, continue to develop the land. Finally, if you'd like to get a copy of our daily stock alerts as well as our weekly watch list, and also look at some of the key stocks that we feature every day, you can join us. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.